What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Desi. Let's hit it. Put your bid in a Cobra clutch. You know what's up. And it ain't. I'm looking at this death battle. I did not get to do a video on when it came out. Two characters I love. Fucking comics. We got Ghost Rider versus Spawn, man. Who do I got taking it? I think Spawn is going to win. I just think he has more abilities. Because you got Angel, Spawn. You got, bro, but then Ghost Rider. I don't know, man. I'm going Spawn, though.
Ghost Rider
I know these characters really well.
The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel of Armageddon.
But I can watch the
and it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out.
I know
who
both
will
these
win
characters
a
really
death
well.
battle.
But fuck it, why not?
Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until today, Crash lived up to his name and got cancer, heartbroken, and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned to the only thing that could: chemotherapy.
The devil.
Oh!
To cure Crash's cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the 8th layer of hell.
Only for Crash to actually live up to his name right after.
But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind. He bound Johnny to an instrument of divine wrath, Zarathos, the Spirit of Vengeance.
So Johnny Blaze lived up to his name and burst into Hellfire, an undead skeleton biker with a sick-ass hug. The fifth scariest Nick Cage performance, the stuntman from hell. He called himself the Daredevil.
Sorry, Johnny, that name's
What?
Okay, then how about the Ghost Rider?
Sure, we definitely didn't forget that we named the character the same thing only 5 years earlier. All you.
The Ghost Rider was bad news for Earth sinners and
I didn't know
scumbags.
that they had a
He's
Ghost
strong
Rider
enough to
before
pull down
that.
skyscrapers, blow up
Oh,
mountains, and cut
was that the reason why in the second one that there was a Ghost Rider and he was on the horse? Is he a reference to the original Ghost Rider? Let me know in the comment section.
earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him, making him immune to all physical damage. Only holy weapons that target his soul can harm him.
It's not just his body, his whole arsenal is hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of, from an infinite stream of chains, a shotgun packed with fiery rounds, or a flaming missile barbed right out of his mouth. Life goals.
And he can imbue other objects with hellfire, such as his Hell Cycle.
Oh, this badass bike can outpace Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether
His
it's
shit's
shot out of his
faster than
hands,
Mjolnir?
raining down from the sky,
That's crazy.
or released from his,
His
I
boner,
remember
Wiz.
this. I remember
Get
this.
it? And it doesn't just scorch flesh. Hellfire is so deadly, it can burn away your very soul.
This technique
Burn
would be
away your
mastered by
soul?
Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah, Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider.
Yeah, so
Danny was the first to master
that's who I
their
thought it
most
was.
famous move. You know, the one that
The
burns
original
your
Ghost
soul
Rider,
to
I was talking about
smithereens with
earlier.
just a look. The Penance Stare.
The penance stare
Penance
inflicts
stare is
upon its
fucking
victims
broken.
every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others. Every cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment.
Obliterating your soul. It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and Danny got into a staring contest and Danny actually depowered Johnny.
Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the penance stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because he didn't regret his actions, but it did work on him on other occasions.
What?
Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't.
So basically, if you don't regret shit, you good, bro. So what the fuck? Why is Deadpool dealing with it? He don't regret shit either. My favorite character. This is my favorite character in Marvel, bro. Deadpool. I love him.
necessarily have to kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is 2 souls in 1 body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
Ah, classic
Makes sense.
Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control
Boundless,
the elements,
huh?
pen and stare an entire city, and fly all the way to Asgard, which is a literal infinite distance away.
He has to lose to
Manhandled some
somebody,
of
bro.
Marvel's heaviest hitters, like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange. Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and
Oh,
even bring
shit.
down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the Great
He had a
Flood,
fiery crown,
humans
that
have
was
been
fire.
bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth, a sort of heavenly Black Ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now? Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither? Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm. Mephisto, ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could launch him to
Interesting.
Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Rip the
Comic book
heart
fan
out.
punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably powerful. A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon, fitting as his fight with Galactus rents the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus's fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse. That's the kind of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal. Total cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld
Zarathos
and took
fire.
Hell's throne
I don't
for
give a damn.
himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Scoring the total power of hell itself, plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips the whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell. No shot.
As they say though, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown.
Damnation
Johnny
Stare.
began an obsessive crusade to capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by hell's power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's help to pull him out of the darkness.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war against demons without and within, mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the ways of vengeance. Always
What
prowling
game
the
was
highways
that?
for the evil and the profane.
This shit
An
looks crazy.
unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants. Sure as battle is sponsored privilege to Kevin.
Yeah.
If Al Simmons was one thing,
My
he was
God,
a
Michael
killer.
John.
A
Why?
lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the CIA's most decorated assassin, Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun, painting the third world in red, white, and blue, but mostly red.
Until his final fateful mission when, per his boss's orders, Al was fired.
The burning was only getting started because Al's immortal soul was on a
I want to
one-way trip
rewatch
to
the
hell.
Spawn
Where
movie.
he cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the 8th Circle of Hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're just asking to get monkey's pawed.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later.
God
after his wife
damn.
had already remarried and had a daughter.
There, you saw her. Now get back to work, bitch.
Thus was born
Fucked
the
up.
undead warrior from hell itself,
Fucked up.
Spawn.
He's so 90s that he comes all the way back around to being the coolest thing ever. Look upon his edge, wizard, and despair.
Spawn would violently defend New York's downtrodden, while slowly uncovering the full breadth of his demonic powers.
He's like a walking superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport, turn invisible and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even stop time.
He got
Speaking
way
of
more
time,
abilities
he can
than the
fly
Ghost
so
Rider.
fast, he literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
Oh yeah, he
He can
got it.
manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or
He got
transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz, if he can rearrange molecules and crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
Well, he tried to do that, but Malebolgia cursed him so that he could only make himself... yeah.
Oh, it's petty trolling like that.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. So my man can't even be black? He gotta be
That
black.
gets you a throne in hell.
To be
That's
fair, Spawn
crazy.
can achieve a similar result with illusions and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn
Implant
can do
and
all of this
replace
crazy shit because he
memories.
runs on necroplasm.
Let's read this. Body manipulation, tangibility for ships. Ships reflect. Oh my god, he does it all. He even
Basically,
manipulates
hell
weather and
juice.
time?
You're not wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing them of their evil.
Like Jesus?
Or he can do the reverse and make you experience the full weight of your own sins, feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on others over your whole life.
Like some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's necroplasm comes with a catch.
Yeah, he's got a limited amount of the stuff, and it drains every time he uses his powers. If he runs out, he's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his elite military training in hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
And as befits
What
his
the
past
fuck? He fought
profession, he
Batman?
loves his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his greatest weapon is the sentient being he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the 7th House of K.
You ever wonder why his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are, and it's red because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. It's literally made of original sin. Oh, and also the souls of a million sinners, including every one of Hell's victims. Also a touch of vampire for good measure.
K7 Letha is constantly
the
evolving.
fuck? He's
He can
fucking
act
broken.
independently to defend Spawn with an infinite stream
Who's
of chains,
beating him?
transform into weapons, or drain people of their power.
got a rocket launcher,
It is
a
the
cannon,
most
missile launcher,
potent weapon
sword.
Hell has ever
Get
created.
sawed
It
off.
even
The
helps
sword of
Spawn beat the
spirit.
primordial
God
dark god
food.
Urizen, who can destroy and eat your soul with just a glare.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable.
I'm about to
But
say.
Hellspawns have a weakness to holy weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Holy
Though Spawn
weapon.
has managed to survive this in the past. No, Spawn's greatest weakness is his own... how do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn fought this angel lady, Angela. Great name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel
No, he
weapon that
didn't.
hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
What
And
is
so, Spawn was forever destroyed, until he reconfigured reality to undo his own inexistence.
There we are, good as new.
What
That
the
has to be the
fuck?
first time we've seen someone accidentally kill themselves and survive.
Yeah, he's not
On his
losing.
quest as
Then
Hell's
how's he
greatest
lose?
warrior, Spawn has defeated a serial
Ghost Rider
killer
don't got no
ice cream
holy
man,
weapon.
a demonic clown, and even his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even encountered other Hellspawn.
Killing bad guys might seem counterintuitive if you
God
work for a
damn,
Hell
chains
Lord,
in the
but
mouth
it
is
actually
crazy.
just adds more souls to Malvosia's army. An army Spawn would have to lead in a war with Heaven that'd kill all of humanity.
Because the reason Malebolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life and all his death, Hell was nothing more than a hired gun.
But he knew it, and he would do so.
He doesn't give a fuck.
So Spawn marched down to hell and ripped Boshia's head off with a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality.
You gotta get that.
Spawn became the king of the 8th circle of hell.
As king, Spawn is literally a part of hell itself, gaining access to an unlimited pool of energy that increases 100-fold with every heartbeat. He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other hell lords like Mammon and Satan.
He got so strong, the only thing
fight
left
Satan.
was to finally resolve the war between heaven and hell.
But Spawn needed help from the being who created this god and Satan to begin with, the mother of existence, Gaia.
She wasn't cool with her kids being total assholes, so she appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
By eating the fruit from the tree of life, Spawn became truly divine, capable of battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity that extinguished all life on Earth.
And each of them are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
Spawn broke the stalemate by letting God and Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth.
That's
Good
crazy.
as new.
Finally freed of the weight of heaven and hell, Al asked to be reborn as a human. But he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a creature of the 90s, Wiz. He won't be happy unless he can angstily brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware, because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
I'll do that. I already know they're gonna have another ad. Let's just get to it. I gotta see.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've
I'm
run the
fucking trying
data
to
through all
Fortnite skip.
possibilities.
It's time for one hell of a death battle!
I got Spawn, man. There's no way he loses.
Nights like
Nigga
these
fought
drive
God,
men
bro.
insane. Brimstone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell to pay.
Go back to the pit you squirmed from, Hellspawn.
Make me
If you care, it's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Oh, he does have unlimited of the Necto shit though. So basically he has to beat him within this is endurance.
you fight like a bum.
Oh, and he does have like actual training.
Damnation.
Infinite? This shit can go infinite? Oh, he dragging him down the hill. Bro, that is so crazy. He just stopped time. How's he gonna beat him?
Be damned.
The lines is Scorpion. Bro, this animation is crazy. Oh, he's designed.
Holy cannot disguise your wickedness. God forbid.
Man. Bro, this is so insane. Oh, just ripped it off of him.
Your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul. I eat sin for breakfast. Have a taste of your own goddamn medicine.
harm an innocent.
Oh, all the stairs he ever did, he doing to him.
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
Fucking goated. Fucking goated. He went stupid.
Damn!
Literally. This
Fucking
was
goated.
a
He went
nail-biter
stupid.
of a battle that pitted Ghost Rider's immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's break this down into 4 categories.
First up, power. Divine Spawn could match God and Satan, who could create
Yeah, I don't
universes
know how he
similar in scale
competes.
to Ghost Rider's bouts with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos was different. Remember, his power can match that of Mephisto and Galactus, who can threaten all of Marvel's infinite cosmic reality, far
about
greater than any
God and-
cosmos Spawn has ever affected.
Oh,
Even
shit,
though Spawn's
okay.
battled and defeated Satan in more recent comics, implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Ghost Rider may take
Okay.
power, but remember, Johnny actively resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge in skill.
For sure.
He spent decades in military combat and is a master martial artist, whereas Johnny more so
This
relies
is a
on his
regular dude.
invincibility.
Yeah,
The
it's just a regular
ultimate dream
dude.
power for a stuntman. Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility. Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control minds, warp reality. The Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal
Yeah,
by
he's
comparison.
nowhere near as much.
Spawn had a huge advantage in this category.
Though with his invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your
the
soul
fuck was
to
that
nothing,
from? That was-
Ghost Rider
that
could
looked
score the
crazy.
win through brute force, right?
Not exactly. The last piece of the puzzle is their resistances. Basically, who was harder to kill. Spawn's constant mainlining of humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul, including the Penance Stare, just like he resisted a very similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time he rewrote reality to
Yeah.
undo his own inexistence?
Yeah,
There was nothing
Yeah,
the
Ghost
Ghost Rider
Rider
could
can't
do
do
to
nothing with
overpower
that.
that. And that time with the Lance wasn't planned, it was purely instinctual. He could replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos could.
Unlike how
Spawn is the
Ghost Rider's
goat.
soul has been vulnerable to attack before, like when Danny used the Penance Stare to depower Johnny.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent comics. The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul
because
was
of Mephisto, yeah.
manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he can replicate the effect of the Penance Stare itself.
And just think
Oh,
about that. A
shit.
penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's ever done. A penance
I
squared.
caught
The
that.
Damnation Stare, on the other hand,
Six to Penance Square. I'm gonna leave it right here because we kind of got the gist of it. Makes sense. I was rooting for Spawn. Spawn's my favorite of the two, although I love them both. It's just something about Spawn, bro. I just thought he was the raw, especially back then. And then Michael Jai White, I love him as an actor. He played Spawn. Fucking love it all, man. I just think that I don't know. I mean, I just think that it wouldn't have been that close. You know what I'm saying? I understand the Zarathos power thing, but I think it was closer here than it actually probably would be if they did it for real. But I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know any of the videos y'all want me to do. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm on this grind for real, bro. But I got nothing else, man. YouTube, I love y'all. Peace.